Yeah, I guess.
I didn't know if there was an opening. It's been 2 years. I thought Richard would have created a beautiful opening montage to the show. Joe,
Max,
welcome back to the Chiliz show.
thank you. It's very good to be back. It's been, 2 years? A bit longer than 2 years?
Since right before the pandemic, which I don't think, both in global affairs and in the crypto world, not much to cover. Let's just pick up where we left off. I don't think the space is basically the same.
Yeah. Not much has changed. There's still a lot of good content and good Chiliz stuff, especially to be bringing you today. Just so you know, I just want to get this out there so you guys can start getting your questions ready. We're doing something this time called Peppered, which is our new game show, which you're going to have to stick around to the end if you're wondering what these beautiful spicy peppers are doing here. So at the top of the YouTube live stream chat, there should be a pinned message which says, ask questions to Max and Joe. Please do try and ask your questions there, but also Stan is around in the chat if you need him. So Stan, the man, we're waiting for you and your plan.
Okay, easy enough. So I guess let's begin.
Yeah.
The show's a little different, less people.
Yeah, and a slightly less better looking set for now because there's some improvements to be made because this is the V1.
Yeah, I wanted to, I guess, clarify what the point is of the show is. Last time we did this, people weren't really clear.
True.
Led to a lot of blowback, a lot of people being upset.
Some people don't like your humor, I guess.
It's not just the humor. I think it was the content that we talked about. So this time around, the Chiliz show is exactly that. We're going to focus on Chiliz. Big year for the chain, big year for our labs.
Yep.
We're going to focus on everything that's coming up ahead.
We're
more corporate as a company, I guess, as well. You know, I've been told by Emma.
Yeah, and now we're more than 300 people, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that, the kind of freewheeling humor you and I used to be maligned and applauded for, we can't do. We have to keep it neat, tight, not try to offend anyone. And we're gonna do our best.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna do a good job entertaining you guys at home whilst breaking down everything that's been happening at Chiliz and things to look forward to in the future.
Yeah, I want it to be a lot more of a community-driven show. Hopefully we'll be able to do this at least starting out every 2 weeks. If enough content comes our way, we'll try to do one weekly. And, put a big focus on everything we're doing with Chiliz Labs, onboarded projects, milestones we're hitting, and so on. Hopefully get a few of these shows under our belt as we look forward to launching our mainnet of Chiliz Chain 2 on, tell me what day.
May the 10th. So if you haven't already bookmarked it, do bookmark May the 10th because there's going to be lots of exciting things happening. Okay. Yeah. So should we move into some news and announcements?
Let's hop right into it. One, for those of you that have never heard of it, we are doing something called the One Shirt Pledge.
What is the One Shirt Pledge, Max?
Joe, I'm so glad you asked me. I'll tell you all about it. See, Chiliz is partnered with a charitable organization of football called Common Goal. That has already been announced. That's not new news per se. We've agreed with them that we're going to, as a minimum, give away to Common Goal 1% of all of our future fan token offering earnings when we do FTOs, specifically to support positive initiatives within the ecosystem and universe of sport more generally and specifically football. As a kickoff to that partnership, throughout April and May, we've been doing something called the One Shirt Pledge, where very famous players have partnered with us, partnered with Common Goal, to give away a jersey connected to specific stories, content with that jersey that we are going to then raffle off to the football fan base at large. We're going to be utilizing some of our game-used authentication and NFT kind of content-based solutions to make it more fun. We're going to include an NFT tagging to every jersey that we give away, so that if you get the jersey, it's not just the jersey itself. You actually get, all you have to do is put your phone next to it. And
I've seen the NFC chips. They're very cool.
You get access to view the NFT that comes with it. That includes metadata on the history of the jersey and some audio-visual content of the jersey itself. We've already given away some and plan to give some away. In fact, you've been part of it to an extent with the likes of Giorgio Chiellini, Juan Mata, Jermaine Janus. As well, and I think there's a new player.
Is there?
Who's just about to
a new player? Is he pledging?
I think he's pledging. Don't go crazy. He's only pledging one shirt. It's the one shirt pledge.
Ah, so not the 2-shirt pledge. When is that? Is that a DLC? That comes along later.
Let's wait until the mainnet launches. But Richard, if you please, hit it on our promotional material.
Bam.
Hi everybody, I'm here to say hi to the Common Goal friends. T-shirts will be delivered to their team and Chiliz. Follow their channels and don't miss the updates.
There we have it. Min Jae Kim pledging.
There it is. It would be a lot easier if Richard set the show up so we could actually watch the video.
Yeah.
So we know when to come back. But yes, very popular Korean footballer Min Jae Kim will be pledging one shirt to our charitable initiatives. I think it's pretty.
Yep. And if you're not
exciting
aware, Min Jae Kim is actually the first brand ambassador of Chiliz, who was announced in February about the time we did our rebranding. So there's a fun bit of trivia there if you didn't know what Min Jae Kim's relation to Chiliz is.
Yeah. You want to talk about the chain a little bit?
The
nitty gritty.
Obviously, I mean, we see a lot of talk on Twitter and Telegram and Discord of what people are most excited about hearing some news from. So we've got a few topics here to kind of get through. They're more teasers more than anything because of some stuff that obviously we can't say. We can't drop some names yet. So I wanted to talk a bit about the validators of Chiliz chain.
Sure.
So validators, obviously, if you know what a validator is, the goal of the validator is to validate transactions to secure the network, hence the proof of stake authority chain mechanism, consensus mechanism, which we've chosen. So obviously, with a proof of stake authority consensus, you need validators, and we are going with a starting lineup of 11 active validators. And do you know why we've chosen 11 active validators, Max?
I got a feeling you're about to tell me. Or do you know what? I think you're throwing it off to me so you get a little bit of a break. It's because in football, it's a gimmick. There's a starting 11 in a lineup. Those are the 11 players that start every match. Much like we'll have 11 validators that start.
I'm
very
proud
history
of you.
In life
You said football and not soccer.
Yeah. Well, it says here light tease. Does that mean you're going to announce the names of some validators, or probably not?
No. It's a diet tease. You know, there's no names. Very light tease. No names. So obviously, yes, we have had lots of interest recently from external parties that we work with within the industry, reaching out to us. People who have supported us for a long time already, for years, throughout our kind of history. So I just wanted to tell you that there is a lot of interest in becoming a Chiliz chain node validator from industry leaders. It's just for now, I won't be teasing anything, as that will come as part of a big push and trying to save some of the bigger news for PR reasons and kind of pushing the new chain and Chiliz Labs out there as much as possible.
So what happens when you don't do the Chiliz show for 2 years? The PR department does not let you break the big stories quite on day one.
True.
And in a move that I would assume is going to be very popular with our viewership and Twitter at large, we're not going to say much.
Yeah, we're not the big news breakers. We're more of the anchor men that just talk about the news.
The news discussers.
Yeah, the discussers, yeah.
In the ecosystem of crypto news, we're legacy media. We're there a solid 24 to 48 hours after the story breaks. No.
Okay. Yeah, so that was it really. I just wanted to let people know in the community, because obviously there's been lots of discussions about, when are you going to announce validators? What's the split going to be? People are obviously concerned or have questions about how decentralized the network is going to be. Well, obviously from the beginning, it's not going to be a fully decentralized network, because it's practically impossible to launch a blockchain fully decentralized, because you're just kind of unboxing Pandora's box, right?
Yeah.
And we've got a lot more steps to do to kind of make sure that all the kind of incentives and ideas are aligned across the board before we kind of unleash the beast fully, right?
No, I think it's a really good thing that you pointed out. I think specific to us as well, right? When you're talking about chains, I think there's a decent amount of, let's say, on a technical level, uniqueness to what we're doing. But I think what really separates and differentiates us is the IP partnership roster that we have, the business infrastructure that we have that's bringing value to the third-party developers, platform builders, projects that are going to be coming on the chain. They're interested in that.
Yeah.
And who we can connect them with, how we can guide them, and how they can actually tap into our sports ecosystem more so than just, hey, we need yet another chain to build on top of. But it's a give and a take because, at least in our experience, to run a successful chain with very, very mainstream IP that's comfortable, being tokenized,
Yeah.
that has to come to an extent, at least at the beginning. I'm by no means saying it'll forever and for always. In fact, I think from when we launch, the only path forward would be more decentralization, not even less decentralization.
Yeah.
But they definitely want to make sure that there are safeguards in place, so their IP is not misused. It doesn't fall into disreputable hands. It's not used for any unapproved use cases.
Yeah.
And so on.
Yeah. And obviously what we see in crypto from time to time is the odd scam popping up. So best protect.
Wait, whoa. What are you talking about? Scams in crypto?
They don't exist. No,
That's
they
definitely not a major blight of this industry as a whole.
Yeah, so anyway, that actually is the perfect segue you just created onto Chiliz Labs. So actually, guys, I'm sure that if you're active within our community and our ecosystem, you've heard of our biggest announcement of the year so far, in my opinion, which is the launch of the $50 million incubator. That's hard to say. It's not really, but
Incubator
with Jump Crypto, good friends and kind of good supporters of us throughout our lifetime as well, as we kind of mentioned with the validators that are interested too. So could you tell us a bit about, because obviously you're playing a very heavy role in Chiliz Labs, working with Oltug and Oleg, those guys, legends.
Yeah.
What's the latest, or what's the interest like? Obviously we've been to Paris Blockchain Week, etc. What's kind of the latest there in terms of the projects?
No, it's a good question. Glad you gave Altec and Oleg the shout out. They are good dudes. We are helping to lead this initiative as we grow it into hopefully a very core part of our Chiliz business overall in the next year. We've had, I would say, a pretty overwhelming amount of interest, right? And I say that in a non-cynical way. So the outreach isn't just focused on, when you tell the world at large you're ready to invest X amount of money into an ecosystem or to enter a market or to start a new tech, a lot of people will email you because, Joe, people like money. Money is one of the top things in the world in terms of people
messaging you,
people loving them. Yeah. But it hasn't just been that. We've gotten a lot of everything from grassroots Web3 projects that are interested in creating something for sports to enterprise level companies that have maybe developed Web3, whether it's an engineering team or a task force team that are looking to us to build. I mean, at this point, we've announced already a few projects in Block Asset, FanFest, LiveLike. In a light sense, we even consider Common Goal to be a Chiliz Labs project, even though it's charitable in its nature, because their long-term interest in us isn't just the fact that we're giving 1% from FTOs and whatnot and doing marketing activations like the One Shirt Pledge, but it's also the fact that over the next 6, 12 plus months, we're looking to create deep ledger-based tools for them to solve, problems that I think are incumbent in fundraising and charitability overall, right? Tracking the money that comes in and out, making sure that when someone publicly pledges a sum, that it's very easy to tell if they've ended up giving that money or not, and so on and so forth. But in addition to that kind of list, and it's already fairly broad, Block Asset, they're very into MMA. They do NFT-based loyalty projects. They're looking into athlete fan tokens, FanFest, which is completely different in that they're completely focused on creating localized media and community built grassroots content for sports teams, for other broadcasters, and they're looking to actually integrate fan token gating and ways to actually provide utility and content for our existing fan and asset holder base. And much like that, LiveLike, which creates SDK solutions for existing mobile and web-based sports teams that are also looking to kind of leverage the community building and membership power of specific IP team fan tokens to offer much more interesting, much more retention intensive content and activity and engagement solutions directly in teams and leagues native
Very
environments. And in addition to that, we're looking at at this point, we were looking through the list actually. There's 60 plus, 70 plus companies and projects that are already on the post vetted list. I mean, to the point where I think we're even, I don't want to say getting underwater, but it's a lot more interest than we were expecting of, you know, quality, interesting projects that span the gamut from Web3 gaming, you know, whether it's, you know, NFT-based collecting and experiences, to projects that have come pitching, you know, globally scaled, you know, MMORPG things in
That's
the,
more my
in the,
thing, huh?
Yeah, in the realm of sport, and then also obviously social media content access type solutions, and gaming, and even you know free to play gambling type solutions, prediction apps, and things of that nature. So I'm not going to give away who those folks are, but we have, starting from, you know, a few weeks from now, and, you know, leading all the way past May 10th and onwards up, we're going to have a pretty regular calendar of finally getting to a place, you know, contractually and comfort-wise as partners, where we're going to start really announcing these at a cadence that won't stop. Which, although, you know, it's a lot of work, is really interesting, because it's what gets us right to the dream of Chiliz chain, in that Socios won't be the key factor.
Yeah.
As a product, it'll slowly, I mean, still obviously one of the core pinnacles of our business, but will fade into being just one product vertical when it comes to Chiliz chain 2, amongst a sea of other projects.
Very cool, and I'm really looking forward to kind of basically seeing what this brings to fan tokens. Obviously, lots more utility to be added, bringing more kind of user value, proposition value. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and thank you for that insightful breakdown of everything happening in Chiliz Labs.
Speaking, before we get on to other, you know, really chain-specific stuff, which I think people are interested in, because you talked about fan tokens, and it's true, we are going to be following a more kind of fan tokens everywhere strategy, right? Where the utility value of fan tokens isn't just what can I do on Socios, even though that should become kind of deeper and deeper, but also what else can I do with this? You know, I've got a PSG token, for example. Where can I plug this into? And that's, to be honest, one of the focuses of when we're onboarding kind of partners onto the chain. It's not just looking at, hey, other cool new things, but also existing platforms that want to leverage our tokens. Say, hey, we want people to be able to plug in fan tokens to have arcade experiences, to have access to exclusive content, to get discounts on XYZ shops. And something we're doing internally as well, right? In the form of developing a whole library of connective APIs that let folks bake in that sort of token gating.
You've actually just created a perfect segue for myself to name drop Fan Market Cap, because of Fan Market Cap is actually testing one of the things that you're actually kind of alluding to here. Not specifically Chiliz chain, but also Socios is working on a brand new partner API.
Sure.
That allows users to basically authenticate their Socios account on third-party services. So if you go to Fan Market Cap today, there's a new tab in your profile called Your Wallet, and you can connect your Socios account, and you can share your portfolio with people. That's pretty cool. Just dropping that out there in case you want to share your portfolio with people easily. You can do it now on Fan Market Cap. And by testing it yourself, you're helping Socios reach the greater goal of onboarding partners like PSG, Juventus, etc.
Sure.
To be able to utilize that SDK or a deeper chain integration to build on fan tokens.
I hope it goes without saying to whoever. I don't know how many people are watching, 80, 90, 100. But I did not mean to give you an opening to do a shameless plug of Fan Market Cap, but I guess I'm happy that it happened.
Yeah, well, it felt like the perfect segue to a shameless plug. So
Here's another segue, not to a shameless plug, but to a different activation with fan tokens that we recently did during some Champions League matches. Do you want to talk about it, Joe?
I do want to talk about it, and I want to talk about it because this is the first time where I haven't been involved in a burn, and that's really great now that we have competent, great colleagues to work with, and basically pushing my workload away, which is also very useful. Yeah, I'm just kidding, obviously. So we had a fan token burn. So if you guys aren't aware of it, so during the Champions League or during some big tournaments, for example, that was just one example. We basically burn fan tokens of the teams playing based on their match performance. So we had a burn over the past week. I'll just go ahead and do a quick little recap of what happened. We had Manchester City win 3-0 against Bayern. That's a big 3-0 right there. We had ACM have a 1-0 against Napoli, so that's AC Milan if you're not aware. And then we had Inter Milan 2-0 up on Benfica. So the total burn amounts were 30,000 ACM tokens, 40,000 Inter tokens, and 50,000 City tokens. So burns are just a way of getting people a bit excited around real-world events, right? So if you're excited about fan tokens and you're excited about watching these matches, it just adds another layer of excitement if you're a fan of kind of, football and Chiliz and Socios. So, we have some more upcoming matches to look out for, which is Napoli. Ooh, one moment.
No,
You're going to finish off?
I was going to point to you and you say the name of the matches.
Yeah,
I did want to ask, though, producer Richard, I did see a note on the stream that people can't hear us audio-wise. 2 years to prepare for the show. Is it okay now, Richard?
Okay. Anyway, we're just obviously sorting out some slight technical issues due to the new studio, but I'm sure we're going to have that figured
out.
April 18th.
Napoli is playing AC Milan.
They are. What do you predict the burn's going to be? I mean, who's going to take the bread? We've obviously got Min Jae Kim in Napoli. Are you going to support him now he's pledging?
We can say so. I don't play favorites because they're, weirdly enough, both of our partners.
That's
so
true.
I hope it's a high-scoring game. People seem to enjoy it when we do the burns. People seem to enjoy, as an American, higher-scoring sports. So I hope they tie 12-12.
Well, if it happens, then you should have put some money down on that, I guess.
April 19th. Double the fun.
Yes. We've got two matchups.
There's two matchups happening where burning will be a factor. One.
And who's that?
Bayern, not a partner. But they're playing Manchester City. City fan tokens. And then Benfica, not a partner.
Mm-hmm.
But they're playing Inter. Also, Inter fan tokens.
Mm-hmm,
they're a partner of ours indeed. So we'll see what happens there. But guys, just stick on Twitter. It's something that we really like to have a great time with. The community likes to get involved. It seems to be something people get really excited about. The fact that they can at least, be on our channels while watching the game and celebrate when these goals and these victories happen. That will trigger the burns.
And the hardcore nerds are watching the Explorer. You half nerd, you're watching the Twitter accounts, but the real nerds, they're sat there, they're waiting for that transaction to drop on the Explorer.
Yeah, which is, fair. Don't trust verify and all that, but it's just, like if you're out, having a pint or something, if you're of age, maybe you don't want to have your laptop open watching a blockchain Explorer, like right during a game.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty true. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's it for the burns. If you like the burns, just let us know in the chat. Say, I like burns. Put a little flame emoji. Get that fire going. And I would just like to take this moment to remind you that up the top of the YouTube chat, there is a button. It says Ask Max Questions or Ask Max and Joe Questions. This is because at the end of the show, we'll be doing a little game show where we will answer your questions whilst eating spicy peppers. So please do send in the questions if you haven't already. Stan is here. And with that said, we'll move on to a little recap of the last quarter.
A little recap?
It's not a little recap. It's actually quite a big recap. There's lots to go through. We just basically wanted to create a way to digest everything about Chiliz in a much easy format. I mean, we really like the idea of doing live streams because of it's not easy just to stalk a Twitter all week and read press releases. There's no emotion. There's nothing really entertaining about it, to be honest. Once you've read a few press releases, you kind of get bored reading press releases. So, what happened with the Chiliz rebrand and why?
Well, what do you mean why? Because we felt like it. Leave it alone.
That's a good answer. We did.
We wanted to refresh the brand and refresh the look, even though it might be more aesthetic than anything else, obviously, but in commemoration of the fact not just that we turned 5 as a business, not something every business can say, but also that it is the beginning of a fairly significant new chapter for us. We're launching the chain. We're finally becoming, a layer 1 protocol based business where other folks get to build on the chain, right? Chiliz finally takes its rightful place as a network and governance token. It does what it was always meant for. And that's a good time as any to say, listen, if we're going to refresh fundamentally the entire business model and actually grow the scope of Chiliz Labs, et cetera, as a business, might as well look good doing it.
Yeah. Can't agree. I mean, can't disagree. Can't disagree with that one. And obviously, we've been to a few events now, and people love the new branding, don't they? Really love it.
They seem to like it, but people are generally nice at events. And it's a good thing that you pointed out events, because part and parcel of, hey, why don't we just look and act like a real, layer 1 foundation business. Part of that is you got to get the word out. You got to go to where the people are that are building.
And you got to look good doing it.
Huh?
And you got to look good doing it.
And you got to look good doing it.
Like me right now, wearing the brand new Chiliz shirt, whereas you are wearing that shirt you've had for over 5 years.
Yep, I've had this for about going on a decade and a half.
Yeah.
It's a wrap party shirt from the film Prometheus, Ridley Scott's oft underappreciated entry into the alien universe lore. Anyways, we went to Paris Blockchain Week. That happened this quarter.
Yes, that's very
We
true.
met dozens and dozens and dozens of folks, not just interested on building on the chain, but interested to know, what are you guys doing? I think one of my personal major takeaways from this, and it's a place where we had all feet on the ground. Alex himself came, said, hey, I'm going to work the booth.
Yeah, that was a
Is
nice
that
surprise.
there's a lot more education in the marketplace that we need to do. I think, part of what makes that so difficult is that we decided to make Socios as a proof of concept to say, hey, if we're going to build a sports-focused blockchain, we can build a product on top of it. It's going to scale. People are going to care. And we succeeded to a pretty decent level. In fact, to a level where people mostly associate Chiliz just with, as being a tech power to Socios.com. So kind of showing up just with solo Chiliz branding, you'd be surprised. People are asking, well, what's the deal? What's going on? We also did a Chiliz meetup in Korea as well, to do a lot of the same. I don't want to call it narrative building, but just get the concise story up. Okay, what is Chiliz? What is Chiliz Labs? What is the point of the Chiliz chain 2? How are we building it? How are we increasing our business infrastructure to grow? And what kind of projects are we interested in shepherding along to adopt the chain itself?
And Korea has always been kind of a historically good region for Chiliz and for fan tokens.
Yeah, it's true, and I suppose on a community level, crypto as a whole. And we're not going to stop there, right? In fact, you and me next week are showing up. Yeehaw! In the gun and freedom, as an American, I'll say that rich state of Texas, specifically in Austin, because we will have a Chiliz Labs booth.
Yeah, the first of its kind, first Chiliz Labs booth ever
at Consensus, and we'll happily speak to all comers. We'll have me on the floor, Joe on the floor, Jamie who does a lot of work with us on Chiliz X Exchange Marketplace. Type stuff, and Arnaud from our product team.
He's been the one building the new API that Fan Market Cap has been testing.
See, there you go. I think as time goes on this year, we're going to bring just a wide cross section of our entire business to these events, so people can meet everyone and speak. Whether you want to speak about partnership, whether you want to speak about the tech, we're there.
I agree, and I think it's really great to go to these events because of it's a very different atmosphere than just opening up your social media, Twitter, or reading LinkedIn and seeing what people are saying. You're actually getting it face to face, and it kind of adds another layer of personality and personability on top of that, which kind of gives you a lot of confidence with what you're doing, and people to just ask better questions, not like when moon, why dump, when pump, those kind of questions.
People, when Chiliz $1.
No one's ever asked that in real life before.
Oh, I'm sure as we're sitting here, I got my phone face down, probably getting a lot of heat. People doing a little bit of cooking on our pretty tame promo messages to do this show. Like, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? And it's probably, like, you know, I don't think all the topics are positive.
No.
But that doesn't matter. That's not why we're here.
Yeah.
Last thing on consensus, I'll actually be speaking there at a panel.
What's the panel?
It's going to be, you know, with myself and then some sports and Web3 business stakeholders. Topic is, can crypto keep winning in the sports arena? I don't know. You're going to have to.
If there's something we can do about it, it will.
You're going to have to tune in to find out, or find the clips afterwards. Later this year, well, we'll also be going back to Asia. We're going to be going to Japan.
Yep.
WebEx
Asia, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. And also, next big, I guess, topic, we'll also have to speak about this kind of vaguely, but not because we're just being a bunch of teasing bastards. It's because we're in the midst of planning and we want to make sure it's clear. Hackathons, Joe.
Yeah.
Tell me about hackathons. What is a hackathon? Me as a hacker, when does my normal hacking go on for so long that someone refers to it as a hackathon, not just a hack?
So, I mean, probably a lot of people have the wrong idea of what a hackathon is like, right? Because, you know, movies and stuff just depict people in front of a computer with, like, the Matrix code like running down their screen. But in reality, it is just when developers get together in a large venue, hundreds of them, maybe thousands of them, they get together, they basically just sit down all day, and they attend talks. So you can have talks from, in our case, it may be someone from a sporting organization come in and do a talk. Or
this is me motioning,
Max
saying,
Rabinovich.
Get closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So we you know, can have sports personalities attend to do talks about Web3 and sports, for example. You can have tech people attend, whether it's to talk about, you know, the fundamentals of blockchain networks, or more specifically for us, doing demos of how to build smart contracts on the new Chiliz blockchain. And so on. So yeah, we have been working actually a lot recently, trying to suss out the first kind of big-ish one that we're going to do. I do have to be vague, obviously. It's not what I want to be, but until we have more information, we will kind of have to be. But yeah, so far so good. Current one we're looking at is probably around 150 people for a 5-day event.
Yep.
Still some stuff to kind of tie up. But
I wanted to add as well, because I know Alex, you know, is on Twitter yelling at the very internet itself about, you know, a Chiliz world tour of hackathons. We are focusing on, you know, quality and execution, not just quantity. So while I'm hoping we can see our first hackathon, you know, late Q2, Q3, somewhere around there, it will involve pricing. It will involve us working directly with prominent third parties in order to do everything from, you know, the on-site logistics to, as you say, create a very valuable and interesting menu, as it were, of speakers, both, you know, purely nerdy, hyper-technical seminars to, you know, just high-level sports content, and whether it's fireside chats and panels. And I'm hoping we'll see in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks maximum, we will be able to, you know, and maybe
unveil the master plans.
Maybe the company will be nice enough to let, you know, myself or Joe unveil it, in a sense, either on a show, either on Twitter. But once those start, you know, they won't stop, because for us, this is an educational experience. We've never run a hackathon.
Very true.
As Chiliz. And we want to see how the best is done, and then we want to up that cadence over time until, you know, the dream of a Chiliz world tour actually does happen, because no matter where we start, we will try to, you know, over time do this in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, wherever.
Big plans.
Yeah. What about milestones? People are always talking about milestones. Have we hit any milestones?
We've hit some milestones recently. Do you know any that we've hit? Or do you want me to spoil it?
I mean, I can see them written down on this production sheet, but I kind of want you to tell me.
We have hit 2 million wallet addresses on the Chiliz chain. So that's Chiliz chain version 1. That is the perfect time, really, to hit this milestone. You know, 2 million wallets total registered on the chain. Kind of just shows how much, like, of a user base we already have on Chiliz chain, considering it's only plugged into major exchanges and the Socios app. So I guess it's kind of something to look at as a pillar for vision in the future for the new Chiliz chain. You know,
Sure.
I'm sure we're going to probably hit 2 million wallet addresses on the new Chiliz chain much faster than it took us to reach 2 million on Chiliz chain 1.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, yeah. Also, we did a NFT mint in February when I was in London. Yeah, and that went very well. We sold out. I say sell out. We didn't charge any money. It was a free mint, basically. Free mint of these Scoville NFTs where there was different varieties of chili peppers to collect, varying in spice. Kind of like this plate we have here.
You mean
yeah.
these chili peppers right here?
Yeah, that's basically our NFT collection almost. So yeah, we minted 10,000 Scoville NFTs to give to our community. We were very kind of vague about what these NFTs bring in terms of utility, and we're going to continue to be vague because they're not technically live yet on the new blockchain, so no one can really expect there to be any utility behind them so far.
You just wait till May 10th and onwards. Listen,
Yes, May 10th.
because let's be honest, we're shameless promotion artists. I would assume, even though we have smaller numbers than the Chiliz show of yesteryear, they'll get back up there. But still, the majority of people that signed on kind of want us to choke our dumb faces on some really hot peppers. And before we do that, we have to finish off this list of announcements.
Yep.
And we have kind of one more, the Socios Collectibles, game used authentication. That's all interesting. We announced we're going to do goal ball NFTs, the
Yep.
goal scored balls.
Yep.
For Serie A, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to help us industrialize that as a value proposition and work towards our idea of game-used authentication. That it's this ecosystem of Chiliz chain-based, on-chain authentication solutions that involve really industrialization of placing NFT, NFC connected pairing on pre-authenticated or first-party goods directly from the team, directly from the players.
Yep.
And then figuring out how we can offer that as a solution to other collectors out there as well, to really modernize and streamline how people look at the very world of authentication in the sports memorabilia market at large.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
It's very cool, and obviously we were in Paris recently showing off the game used authentication. So we had a few jerseys with us. We had like a Stade de Francais jersey, we had a Juventus jersey, we had a AS Monaco captain's armband. They all had NFC chips with them, showing off game used, and they were all actually raffled. So if you're interested in learning more and following game used, I guess what's the best place to find? It's just the game used on Twitter right now, which is
game used on Twitter. If you go on Chiliz.com, there's an entire big old section on game used, and there will be some news about game used in the future as well.
Game used news, exciting. That was terrible.
Used. Last thing, nitty gritty, because even though game used authentication stuff, Socios Collectibles is the last thing on our list before we do this game show. I don't even know if we collected answers or questions.
Whilst you do the breakdown here, I'll go ahead and see what's going on.
Well, I'll do two things. I'll talk a little bit more about the chain because I saw people were asking questions about it. Right, we're going to launch May 10th the chain. We are going to be and are actively working as hard as we can to make sure that the chain is integrated to exchanges, to marketplaces, and to wallet solutions as fast as possible. And the closer we get to launch date, hopefully we'll be able to actually announce those things coming up. So just in case people thought we somehow don't know how to run a chain-based business, we do, and we're working really hard to make sure that when we launch, it's not just a chain laying there lifeless all by itself in whatever kind of theoretical realm blockchains lie in, that it's actually connected to the foundational tools of the ecosystem at large as well. So I'm hoping, within the next 2-3 shows that we do together, you and I, that we'll be able to go through all that in detail. That was my last bit.
Yep, you've given me just enough amount of time to put together some of the questions from here.
Well, it's fine because I can explain. Joe calls it Peppered, the show. It's very simple. It's not a show. We're going to ask each other questions from the community. while eating these very hot peppers. What are these peppers, you might ask? You guys are a bunch of lying snake oil salesmen. These aren't really spicy peppers. Well, screw you, buddy. They are. And I know that because Joe and I actually tested a few out earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And they're hot.
Yeah.
Do you want to run the audience really quickly
Yes.
through what we got here?
We also, I mean, I can tell you roughly what the Scoville scale is. We have the Poblano right here, the green Poblano. It's between a 1,000 and 1,500 on the Scoville scale. We got the green chili peppers coming in around 1,000 to 8,000 on average. Yellows between 30,000 to 50,000. Reds, I actually didn't look. I just assumed probably a bit spicier than yellows, but I guess we're going to have to find that out ourselves if we get there. And habanero, obviously we got two habaneros. We got the yellow habanero and the red habanero.
This is the habanero right here?
Yeah, that's the one I'm kind of worried about the most. That looks kind of scary, huh? That's around
Doesn't look healthy.
100,000 to 350,000. But
What
these ones, these little Rowett, these are Indian green chilies. They're 480,000 apparently.
Okay.
On Scoville.
And where do we what about these? Here's a question. I've got two that look exactly close. One of them is a habanero. The other one is a scorpion pepper. That's 1.2 million on the Scoville scale.
Apparently, allegedly. But we did have a taste of this one earlier, and maybe there is a mix-up. But we'll have to find out.
Which one is which?
I think the bigger one is the scorpion.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll find that one. We'll find that one out.
Okay.
Whichever way we can.
I have dropped some questions in our little conversation room. How do you want to go first? Do you want to ask me a question first, or you want me to go ahead and ask the first question?
You asked the first one because you said we have a conversation room and I actually can't see it.
Yeah, that's very true. But I just also told you that it's in the in our conversation group. But it's also okay if you don't want to listen to me. So this is an easy one. But okay, how do you want to do it? Do you want to eat the pepper whilst answering it?
You just eat the pepper and answer them.
Yeah, just one big bite. I think is reasonable.
Yeah, we don't have to eat. I mean, like, you know, I've got a dinner with my family planned later. I don't want to fill up on peppers.
Well, you didn't have any lunch, and you were filling up on peppers for lunch, and yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
And you're gonna send me maybe a link to. Are you talking about Slack?
Yeah. In the Chiliz Slow Slack channel, we have some questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming now.
One of them's actually from Max.
Not
Not you, I don't think.
I would assume not me. Okay. Max YouTube.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you, and
Oh,
you're gonna take a bite, right?
Okay, you ask me, I take a bite, I
And then
answer,
you
then
ask
I ask
me,
you a
and then I
question
take
too,
a
and here we
bite.
go, and we'll
Yeah.
just go hotter and hotter up
Yeah.
on the.
Exactly. That's the plan. So, Max, your first question is:
Yeah.
any new functionality for Atletico Madrid tokens?
I'm gonna start with this delicious and mild-looking poblano.
Yeah, get a good bite. Yeah. Ooh, crunchy.
That's just refreshing.
Yeah. Well, starting off
actually
at
really
the very low end of the scale here. Don't count the chickens before they hatch.
So, what was the question?
You failed already. 0-1 to Joe. I'm kidding. Any new functionality for the Atletico Madrid fan token?
Specifically for Atletico Madrid?
I mean, you could allude to what we've discussed already in terms of unlocking more utility.
Yeah, it's a good note. I can't talk about a specific team's fan token. I mean, we definitely do run unique activations, but the closest thing I see coming to fan tokens as a whole is a much greater and deeper rewards redemption experience for them. I think one of the things that have held fan tokens back thus far isn't their kind of utility functionality. It's the reward functionality. People are collecting and they love collecting SSUs, but what are they doing with those SSUs? It's been a bit sparse, right? Okay, if I'm a committed Atleti fan token fan holder, what can I use my SSU? So obviously we're known quite well for giving away lots of tickets, for giving away money can't buy experiences. The problem is that doesn't scale and that doesn't go global. So we're looking more and more deeply in what else can we offer? Digital rewards. What can we do with the team where fans on the other side of the world can get something that they find to be valuable? And there's 2 or 3 different kind of buckets of rewards in that sense that we're looking for that hopefully will come online. in the next quarter, in the next 2 quarters. The same way, looking at various, locker type solutions, staking opportunities for fan tokens. What can I do? Okay, so I got 15, 25 Atletico Madrid tokens. Can I stake them for anything? Probably not interesting to stake them, just the way kind of you're thinking of a normal crypto vault. But if it's staking to prove loyalty, I'm not going to sell these tokens for the whole season. Can I get something cool? Can I get, maybe it's a loyalty NFT. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a direct reward. I don't know. So that's another big vertical.
So
we're looking into.
Deep answer there.
Yeah,
Long, deep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Max, that's my name. In fact, I wrote the question. No, I didn't. All right, Joe. I mean,
congratulations.
You can eat part of your little. I'll probably even have another bite of this because it's the only one that's not going to suck. This one's by Will Tretty. What? Give me a first NFT from Chiliz. I believe by that he means what action can I do to make sure that I can get an NFT from Chiliz? I would assume from the mainnet.
Yeah. Very watery, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's hard to talk and eat. So in terms of NFTs from Chiliz, we have, for example, we launched the testnet collection, which was the 10,000 Scoville NFTs. In terms of Chiliz powered NFTs, all I can say is wait up, follow Chiliz on Twitter. If you're talking Socios NFTs, download the Socios.com app, engage with your team, get SSU, participate in NFT related collectible stuff there. And NFTs aren't obviously like our core focus. Our core focus started with fan tokens and Socios, but now obviously becoming more Web3 with a big $50 million ecosystem fund behind us. You can expect much more in terms of NFTs.
Okay. All right. Let's not pretend we're all cool and hip. And that's the easiest pepper.
Yeah, it was kind of boring actually.
Yeah. All right. We're starting off. Do you have can you keep a list of the heat? Just so people at home, if anyone cares watching. Next one is the green chili pepper. This beautiful one right here. It's only 1 to 8,000 on the Scoville. It's fun because it's a bit of a gamble. I'm hoping it's close to 1. If it's 8, it's more annoying, but still not bad. That's like basically, I think, like a light Tabasco sauce or something. And that's going to be question 2.
Yep.
So I guess you ask it. You ask me.
This one is from Hey Pie, and he wants to know where he can get some Socios or Chiliz merchandise.
Hey Pie, that's a really good question.
Take a bite first.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, that's not bad.
Better?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
We're still not getting into heat. I'll eat a little more just to be a good sport. It's a damn good question. We've been thinking for a long time about selling our own merch because people seem to really like our brands. They like Socios. They like Chiliz. And I know I said this is a chili show. I want to talk about Socios. But you know what? The rules are made to be broken. I want us to eventually offer those up as a scalable reward on Socios. It's fun to give it away to people, at conventions where we go at Consensus, for example, Chili shirts, pans, and the like. But it would make sense, and it's not to say it's ever going to be some like giant part of our business or anything, but just to have a little merch store, power it by Etsy. Let's sell authentic stuff. And obviously on the Socios app, yeah, people like the teams, they like fan tokens, but gosh darn it, Joe, they like Socios as a brand as well.
Yeah.
And if we can give away a few thousand Socios t-shirts, a Socios hat, Socios lunchbox for those people that need a lunchbox, that's good with me.
Have you ever needed a lunchbox?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all went to school. Did you not go to school? We were on fat
Some say
cats.
I
Your
did,
parents
some
just
say I
gave you
didn't.
cash. Like, here you go. Go buy a lunch? No. Cold ham sandwiches. And they go down that much easier when you got that branded Socios lunchbox.
That's very true, yes. You heard it here first. Socios lunchboxes coming to a store near you. Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah, well, let's say I just got a cough.
Yeah,
sorry about that. Okay, moving on to my question. I'll let you pick one.
Yeah, let me. Chili show 2. Here we are.
So
That's not bad.
see what's going
Don't make
on
a
here.
whole big thing out of it. Oh, this one's easy. I don't even know if I want to read this one. This is from a Chiliz Alliance member asking, why are Chiliz Alliance guys so handsome and elegant?
That's an easy question. Do you know what the answer is, Max?
Yeah, they aren't.
That's not the right answer.
Oh, oops. I guess that's marked down up 1 point for me. Tell me why
You're
they
losing really bad now. The answer is because of the Chiliz Alliance was founded by a handsome and elegant man himself, Jose Benjamin Garcia. So I think that's why all the Alliance members are so handsome.
Well, I guess it's true what they say, Joe. Beauty really is in the eye of the Chiliz holder.
Good one, yeah.
Okay. I think we're getting into... Okay, yeah. Now we're making a major jump. This is the yellow chili pepper.
Yeah.
30,000 to 50,000 on the Scoville scale.
And I've got a really easy question.
Great. I'm going to take a nice bite of half of this bad boy. Wait. Yeah, there's the kick.
Yeah, is there? Feeling that one a little bit? A little bit spicier than the others. Ooh.
That one's hot.
All right, spicing it up. Okay, your question is...
Yeah.
Well, this is easy, obviously. This is from PIR2K. He says, which is the next crypto event where we can see the Chiliz team? And in future, would you be so kind to offer the potential for bringing a community member along for free tickets at an event or something like that?
That's a good question. So, one, we kind of answered it during the podcast, didn't we? We're going to be a consensus. In fairness, we had Malcolm and Stuart Ramsey, two folks that are genuinely interested in not just our memorabilia solutions that we're going to be offering on chain, but just Chiliz Labs at large. They were just at NFT NYC. We will likely have some unannounced visits to many major events throughout the world. Not always going to be putting up a booth.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely, and we normally publicly do say it, on the LinkedIns, on the Twitters of the world, that we'll have folks joining. Just hunt them down. We're an open bunch. DM us on Twitter, write us on LinkedIn, send an email. More than not, we're happy to find it, even if it's just for coffee, meeting times. And that, sure, normally, it's not just people interested in partnering with us and going through Chiliz Labs, but there are some folks that just like, the cut of our jib.
Yeah.
We're
and they followed us for a few years and just want to say hi.
Yeah, they want to say hi to them as well. Obviously, the next one with a booth will be Consensus. We'll be there every single day, morning till night of the event. If you're in Austin, Texas, for any reason for Consensus, come by. We'll be there to say hello.
Yep.
In the future, if whether it's an Alliance member or just a big fan of Chiliz, that wants to come along, free tickets, I don't see why not. It's not something that we're planning. But yeah, as like a giveaway on Twitter or something. It gets a little tough when you're talking about like, oh, can you pay for international airfare and 5-star hotels? Well, I don't know.
Can I fly business class as well?
but definitely, bring you along. Here's a free ticket. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Cool, very cool. Okay, I'm not dreading this yet.
You take a big bite. Say at least half. More than half. Let's say 2/3.
More than half.
You got to get to the seeds. People, if you don't know, if you're not watching this,
good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You got to get to those seeds.
Oh, it's seedy, all right.
Oh yeah, and then it'll kind of come in very citrusy.
Yeah.
Question. A lot of these
quite
are
nice.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna wait for this one until you're actually like really burning up at the eyes. Can we expect Socios or Chiliz to tell us or show us revenues over the years?
Well, I think historically, sorry, a little hiccup there. Historically, we have actually when
okay,
we've
John?
wanted, I'm fine.
Doing okay?
We have actually shown some numbers when we want to. So that seems like something that we could do in future, though we do not have any immediate plans to, because of obviously we're a private company. We don't have to necessarily disclose sensitive commercial information with our community. Though we will do our best to stay transparent, as always.
Okay.
Good answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Oh, it's my
Oh
turn
my
again,
God.
huh?
Ooh.
Yeah, it really
Oh,
gets
it's getting exciting now.
We're only, mind you guys, that was 50,000 on the Scoville scale, going all the way up to 1.2 million.
Yeah. Here comes the red pepper. Okay.
Let me find some information on this red pepper.
Okay. So let's see. A new question for Max. I'm gonna go with a fun one. Okay. Not really chilies related. What kind of chilies related?
It's a habanero pepper.
Yeah. When are we gonna have C on the show? Because of apparently, according to one viewer, she is a very nice looking woman. She is.
I'll answer. I'm just a little hungry, so
Come on, get
have
it
a
over
little
with.
snack. Well, this is the yellow habanero pepper has a Scoville rating of 100,000.
You're not gonna do the red one, or are you skipping the red one?
Yeah,
I've
because
just
I don't know
skipped
why
the
we
red
have
one.
two.
Yeah. We're running out of questions anyway. So let's just let's speed it up a bit.
Great. All right, let me just take this little snack, and I'll be right with you.
How's that?
Seems okay right now. No, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. So when are we gonna have C on the show?
Well, the thing is, C moved to another country.
Where did C move?
She moved to Switzerland. Let me get some of this milk.
Well, that's some conveniently placed milk right there, isn't it?
That's some pretty spicy. She moved to Switzerland. To Switzerland.
Yeah?
Her office is there.
So was it the new Chiliz office?
So if, oh man, that one's really coming for me.
Struggling with your words a bit, I see.
Yeah, she's gonna have to actually zoom in.
Zoom in. We're gonna have to zoom in on you in a minute.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that one really got me.
Very, very interesting. If you don't know, guys, that was a habanero. So, oh dear, I'm kind of watching my future from here.
Sorry, Joe. Let me find you.
Yeah. No worries.
Let me find you a question there really quick. Whew. You got to eat at least half of that bad boy.
So Stan is asking, can you play rock, paper, scissors, best out of three? The loser eats the final full scorpion pepper.
No, it's okay.
No. I would have said yes, but no, it's okay.
Let's see.
Looks like your eyes are watering a bit over there, huh?
I'm getting a little watery here. It's
Some
very
technical.
hot. I think that one was closer to the 500,000 on the hot end of the pepper. Yeah. No, I won't.
Yeah, you need to be careful with health and safety here. No eye touching, all that.
Okay. This one's from Cake de la Salsa Aguiar. With the upcoming CC 2.0, when can we expect the fan tokens and other chains to be added to Chiliz X and on Chiliz chain? I guess it's a migration question, Joe.
Could you just say the question again? Which one was it? Okay, I see it. Yep. It's from
when will Chiliz X support tokens on CC2, and when do you think Chiliz and fan tokens will be migrated? At least half. See what I bet.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creeps up on you.
Yeah, I mean, right now the technical team is working a lot on the integrations of Chiliz Chain 2. I can tell you that if you had a look at one of my tweets during the week, I tweeted a transaction, a deposit onto onto the Chiliz exchange. And that was not a normal deposit. That was a... Oh, this note looks good over here, actually, doesn't it? It was a Chiliz Chain 2 deposit. So we tested a Chiliz Chain 2 Chiliz deposit onto Chiliz X, and it's working already. Now, there's still a lot of more testing that needs to be done, like I'm testing these chilies. Delicious. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so there's lots of testing that's happened. First with Chiliz, with Chiliz Chain 2, Chiliz deposits. And secondly, with fan tokens, which will come a little bit later. We're seeing this as kind of two phases. I'm sorry if I'm sounding stupid, because it's very hard to talk with my mouth full on fire. It is 2 stages, 2 phases. First phase is the Chiliz token, and the second phase is the fan tokens. So 2 things to look forward to. Initially, from the launch, Chiliz token deposit withdrawals on Chiliz Chain 2 on Chiliz X. And then a little bit later, we will tell you when fan tokens will also come to Chiliz Chain 2.
Good.
Yeah, that was kind of tough, wasn't it?
Is it kind of...
Cool. Getting a bit spicy up in here.
Yeah, it kind of just simmers down to a face-numbing pain. Then you're okay.
Okay.
All of this, and we have like 60 concurrents.
Well, that's okay. We're starting the show over. I mean, we're basically starting from day 1 again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my idea to the viewership that is here is that we eat 1 pepper per show, so that by the time we get to the ones that are 500,000 on the Scoville scale, at least it would kind of be a some run up to it.
But I think it would be very boring if people just tuned in and watched us eat these. I mean, these were like nothing.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, moving on. Let's. It's my turn to ask you a question, isn't it? Let me just see what's happening over here with these.
Just when things are getting better.
Tissues over here. Something interesting.
So that habanero pepper tops out at about 350,000 on the Scoville scale. This is the Rohit green pepper now coming up. Jeez.
Yeah, the Rohit green pepper. It's from India. It's short, small, but deadly.
Yeah, Sahitias, who works on our QA team.
Yep.
Says it's actually a very storied and legendary piece of spice in Indian cuisine. So really excited to give it a try.
Okay. Well, the question is, this is good for you because you are Mr. America over here.
Yeah.
In the last interview, Alex said the US is a small market for chilies. Can you say anything more about it? And how? I mean, talk a bit about kind of the landscape in the US and go from there. Yes.
Can you say it one more time before I eat this thing, just so I'm really clear on what the question is?
Alex was in Korea, and he said in an interview that chilies is US is a small market.
Yeah.
Right now for chilies. Do you basically want to say anything more about it? Like give some more context to Alex's statement? But first, take a bite.
It's fair because I'm a little actually hungry. My mouth has been feeling bland, so. It's not bad.
Not bad. that one hits you faster than the habanero.
So the U.S. is a very complex market, but not just for us. I would say for crypto at large. I do tend to agree with him that it's a small market for Chiliz. But it's actually, as I think you're well aware, I feel like the habanero burned my mouth, so I'm actually feeling a little better. Luckily.
Okay.
It's obviously has one of the largest and most robust development communities and just crypto ecosystem structures in all the world, and that's what we really care about when we're talking about Chiliz Chain 2. We're not here to shill our own governance token. That's not the point. The only thing that matters, and I do say this almost fully, right, is the foundation, Chiliz Labs. How the centralized part of our business helps developers onboard onto the chain and build. And I think specifically when it comes to developers of projects and of platforms, people that want to mint interesting assets for utility-driven purposes, for the sports and entertainment industries, a lot of that will come from U.S. developers, because that's where a lot of this started. And on a grassroots level, that's where a lot of it you see happening. And I think it's really, really exciting, right? Because you do see a big breadth of evolution in Web3 as it pertains to sports with USIP, with the NBAs and the NFLs and whatnot of the world, with American athletes. Really organizations that are, I think, on a whole, above average attuned to what Web3 can bring sports when it comes to membership and rewards. And I think we'll be seeing a lot of development activity
Yeah.
originating from U.S.
Yeah.
developers.
100%. 100%. How was that?
It was okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. It was better than the habanero. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm moving on to the Rowett green pepper now, aren't I? So I
Yeah.
guess may as well just get it over and done with.
You just don't get cheap on me. Don't get cheap. That's a cheap bite.
That's not cheap.
That's not cheap. That's more than I took. I don't know if that was a good idea. I don't know if that was a good idea at all, man. Okay, let's have a question for you. Let's hit Joe with a question really quick before things go downhill.
Actually, I think I got a dud.
Did you?
Ooh,
It wasn't.
wait,
You don't think it was hot?
ooh, wait.
It's like mellower.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
much
Sahiti
mellower.
was right because actually the flavor still comes through. The habanero didn't taste like anything. It just tasted like fire and misery.
It tasted like pain.
I haven't cried that much in a long time, and I've gone through a lot of traumatic events. Anyways,
Yeah.
here's a question
Go on.
for you. Can you tell me more about burning of chilies, burning mechanisms?
Yeah.
Do we have any plans there?
Yeah, so I kind of feel like this is cheating. I'm just going to grab it. Oh, all the seeds. Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
Famous last bite. I don't know if that was.
What was the question again?
Can you talk to me about burning of chilies?
Yes, of course. So, yeah, in the beginning, we had a burning mechanism, which was, I think, valid until review sometime in 2020, 2021. We didn't actually kind of unveil any plans for a new kind of token burn for Chiliz. However, what you've probably seen in the Ethereum ecosystem is EIP 1559, which was introduced to basically take a percentage of transaction fees and burn them. This has led to a massive supply issuance reduction of the Ethereum coin. So basically, that is something that we could add to the Chiliz blockchain.
Yeah, you're feeling okay, right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I wanna go higher.
Well, we have one higher pepper we can eat, Joe.
Yeah,
Since you want to go higher,
yeah. What we should do is I think we're done with questions. Let's just eat this one, all of it, and then try and do the outshow of the show.
all of it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm just gonna Google scorpion pepper taste really quick just to see what tends to have similarities in flavor. Oh, these it's described as a floral, nutty, citrusy, and fruity
Who
chili
writes
pepper.
these? Who takes a bite out of a pepper like this and be like, fruity, nutty, oaky? I get it with wine, but like, come on, this is just pain.
With an average Scoville rating of 1.2 million Scoville heat units, the Moruga scorpion easily outshines the ghost pepper. I don't think that can't be right. Come on. I don't know, man.
Well,
Be careful when cooking with these peppers, as they're extremely hot and can make your skin burn when handling them. They are ideal for salsas and making your own hard sauce. But this is the Trinidad scorpion. This is different. This is just a normal scorpion.
it's not the spicy. Oh, almost lost mine. Mine tried to run away. Are we gonna eat it, or are we just gonna talk about it?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bite about a third of it, see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat more of it.
Nothing.
Nothing's happening. I think we got a dud.
Yeah. I think we can maybe blame Waylon for these ones.
Huh. What a letdown.
Well-
I guess you might have to.
We may as well just take a bite.
Oh wait. See, I think all the seeds are at the bottom in like a big old cluster.
Well, so the power is only in the seeds?
I think the power is concentrated in the seeds.
Huh.
Getting a little bit of heat. I'm just gonna take one more bite.
I have a feeling we could try the red habanero and outro from here.
I have a feeling if we eat this entire thing, it's not gonna be good.
Okay, let's do it. Well, cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Did you just pop the whole thing in your mouth? Oh, you ripped this off?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you did it, I gotta do it.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. I think I'm gonna level it up. I mean,
You're just gonna eat this habanero as well. What if that scorpion pepper like takes a bit of time? How's that one?
you know what? Since this habanero, it's been really hard to tell. Oh
Do you think we just killed our taste buds with this
no,
one?
okay.
Okay, well, just for the sake of camaraderie, Joe, I'll eat half of this one too.
Yeah, don't leave me hanging. Yeah, that one's a lot hotter. That one is a lot hotter.
Well,
Anyway, I guess what we can do is
things seem all right.
say thank you to everyone who's been watching the Chiliz show.
Guys, thank you. I'm sorry we had a dud scorpion pepper. I promise next time we'll really do our homework and order off the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one gets hot, huh?
yeah, it gets very hot.
And in the next 2 weeks, we'll be back with even more news, both chain, technically, closer to the launch. It'll be right after Joe and I visit Consensus, so hopefully we'll actually have a lot of interesting tidbits, not just about Chiliz, but about the Web3 world at large as it pertains to sport.
I agree. I believe so. And obviously, we're going to have an improved set with us as well because there's some improvements to be made. And I wanted to say thank you to all of the Chilizens who are watching. I hope we tried to spice it up a bit for you and make it a little bit more interesting. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Thank you, Richard. I'm an idiot. I hope it was enjoyable at least. I hope that we helped you digest the latest news and announcements from Chiliz and a little bit of a recap. And I hope that we'll be bringing you some more entertainment in the future shows. And,
Great.
Thanks.
Great. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. And in the 2 weeks while we're gone, please hit me up on Twitter. Hit Joe up on Twitter, and just any way you can. Send us ideas. Tell us. We're rusty.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we're sweating up here. We're nervous. And tell us how we can do better, because we want to make this a really good community-focused show where people can feel like, there's a lot of news out there across the cryptoverse, but as long as I watch the Chiliz show every 2 weeks, I kind of know all the big stuff that's happening. Chiliz Labs, all the good stuff.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much with that.
And we'll see
you soon.
for the
Thanks
next
for
show.
tuning in. Glad to be
Cheers.
back.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 sound.